Well, I mean, another great barn burner. I'm just proud of the guys again finding a way to win a close game, and it was a tough game to play. I knew with Oregon State coming off the Arizona game that they didn't want to get swept, and they needed the game, and they have older guys, and two of the better players in the conference, one of the great players that I've seen play in the conference, and Trace Tinkle, and they gave us, their best shot, and they really played well, I thought. Offensively, we had a hard time stopping them. The only negative really was I didn't love how we finished the half. We usually are better than that, end of half, last 4 minutes of a half, and we just didn't get great shots, and we didn't stop them. So it was frustrating because I thought we had played about 17 minutes, really well, and had an 8-point lead and gave it away. But just kept battling through the game, and just really great win for the program.
What did you think about how your guys handled being in a game that had so many lead changes and every possession being so important?
Yeah, it's great training for what's ahead of us, and it's you don't love it as you're going through it. You would love things to be a little easier, but they were motivated. They had good players and they did a very good job of getting their good players shots, and down the stretch, the kid Lucas hit a big three in a clutch spot. So they were making the plays to win. They just we just had maybe a little bit more. I mean, it came down to really, I think it was they had 3 more made 3-point field goals than we did, and we had 4 more free throws made than they did, and that was kind of the difference of the game.
Coach, what about having 5 of your Sun Devils score in double digits? What does that say about kind of that consistency in playing league basketball?
Yeah, it's good when you have balance and you have options and you got multiple guys playing well. I've been consistent saying that, and I thought Kamani had a really nice game, for us. Remy and Zoe were good as well. I loved, again, the way Romello started the second half, just to start getting the ball inside and getting some points in the paint was good to start the half and get us off to a good start in the half. And then Romello again, just that last possession, he got switched on the Tinkle and moved his feet very well to force and get the ball out of his hands, and so that was a real plus on that last defensive possession.
What were you expecting on that last possession?
I thought it would be similar to what they did. Actually, sometimes they were curling Tinkle off that. They went guard to Tinkle screen, and we had 2 guys stay with Thompson, which wasn't great. But Mello had the awareness to immediately switch out onto Tinkle, and then he had the left side going to his strong hand, and that's why it was really key for Mello to step up and move his feet the way he did. And now he wants to switch every guard to big ball screen, and we'll have to look at that. It was a secret weapon.
You mentioned Kamani, but just what kind of lift did he give you guys?
Just had really good way about him, really good energy, and hit a big 3, hit a couple of big shots, and just more of the. He was skying to get a couple of those offensive rebounds, and had some key putbacks. And again, he's at a position where he's guarding Tinkle a lot too, so he's got to expend a lot of energy at that end of the court.
You're at the top of the conference now, Bobby, or at least how much does that say about how far this team has come?
I think it's amazing the character that these guys have shown and battled through so much, and just where we were at one point, and we've kind of transformed ourselves and really have found an identity. And that's today it wasn't as much defense in terms of we'd love to have stopped them a little more, and but just having a lot of guys playing well at the right time of the year. And the league is a bear this year. There's a lot of good teams, and the one we played tonight was one of them. So take a lot of pride in where we are 2 weeks from the season ending. We've still got a lot of work in front of us.
Zoe had the final 7 points for you guys. Was that by design, or is that something where he just kind of took over?
Yeah, I mean, Remy, I wouldn't have a problem with him having the basketball and making plays. He's done it, for us his whole career. But Zoe has been emerging, and I think Remy trusts him, and we trust him out there making plays. But I think it was more our defense really. It was 72-67 for a long time, and we just kept getting stops, and even though we weren't playing the best offensively down the stretch.
Mickey Mitchell's stat line, no points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, but he was a team high plus 13. In
Yeah.
the first half, his plus was twice as good
Yeah.
as anyone else.
That's why stat sheets could be misleading, and you don't really judge a performance strictly on that. He had the assignment of not only guarding Tinkle, but then when we switched a ball screen, then he had to guard Thompson. So it's like, he was not having it easy at any moment defensively, and he battled and fought at that end of the floor and kept a few basketballs alive for us, and just does a lot of intangibles.
In that kind of game where those two were so effective early on, did you consider ever doubling them, or did you think that eventually you guys would?
Yeah, they had some other options out there, and they had other guys that could shoot, and then you have to pay attention to Kelly rolling to the basket because they're going to throw lobs to him, and so they have a good plan, on offense, and but we knew that we couldn't afford to, let. I think Tinkle had 15 at the half. He was on his way to 30, and then the other guy had 13. He had 20. So if we allowed that to happen again, we probably wouldn't be in this position. Tinkle had 10 in the second half, and Thompson had 7. So we did slow them down a little bit, and that was enough to get us to victory.
You and UCLA are the hottest teams in the Pac-12, and you're playing each other next. Just any early thoughts on just the magnitude of a game like that this late in the Pac-12?
Yeah, just have a lot of respect for what Mick Cronin has done there, and I watched them a few times early, and they don't even resemble the same team. I think he's, and again, I'm not there day to day. There might have been some resistance, but there's complete buy-in, and they're a very good defensive team and very physical rebounding team. So they're gonna be in games, and Chris Smith is emerging as one of the better players in the conference. So it's not an accident they've been on the roll they're on. So. But again, here we go again with another huge game. Played Oregon and played lights out. And as a coach, you always worry about short turnaround, one day in between. Can you reach deep again? And the guys did it. And just can't wait to get on the road and continue what we're doing.
Coach, you talked about the characteristic, and battling from where you were. I want to touch back on that a little bit. And how does it feel from your position to see how your team did battle and get to where they are now? What would you describe it like?
It was just a commitment, and everyone made it. Our coaching staff, our players, and I think that we felt we could do more, and we started playing up to our level, and I still think that we are getting better as a team, and we have not peaked yet, and that's a good feeling this time of year. And when you see that type of energy and effort and how hard the guys played and the shot making, you know how desperately they want to win. So it's you love a team that you got to rip your heart out to beat them, and that's the kind of effort and what we're bringing to the court every game.
When you say they haven't peaked yet, is it feel confident that there's more to squeeze out of these guys right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's when you win and have the success that you're having, it makes the work worth it. So we got to hit the floor this week again and get over this, and we're a team that we planned a non-conference to play road games. Not many schools in the power conference will play 2 true road games in the non. We've had some hard neutrals, and we've won on the road in the conference. So we have to be that team again this week. Thank you, guys.